Hello friends, my name's Emile. Now, many enthusiasts regard the Ferrari 458 as one of the all-time supercar greats. They loved everything about it, from the way it looks to the way it handles. Personally, I was never a huge fan of the 458, but many people were, which made it all the more difficult when it came to finally replacing the 458. It was clear a "if it ain't broke, don't fix it" strategy was needed. This is the 458's successor, the 488 GTB, and as you can see, styling wise, they've definitely played it safe, maintaining the same basic shape as the 458. However, if you look closer, you'll see several new grills and lines. According to Ferrari, the 488 has 50% more downforce than the outgoing car, and much improved aerodynamics. While both the styling and interior err on the side of caution, the engine does not. The old 4.5 litre naturally aspirated V8 has been replaced with a 3.9 litre twin turbocharged V8, borrowed from the California T. The result, well, while the engine is slightly less dynamic, with a redline now at 8,000 RPM, and is smaller, it produces more power and torque, with 660 horsepower and 560 pounds-feet of torque, respectively. However, numbers are one thing, but what's it actually like to drive? Well, straight up you can feel that extra power. The 488 GTB feels much quicker both in regards to the acceleration and the overall top speed. Statistically, the 488 is 0.2 seconds quicker to 60 than the 458 at 2.8 seconds, and has a top speed of 225 miles per hour, which is 17 miles per hour faster than the 458. Speed is one thing though, but many regarded the 458 for its handling. Personally, I always found the 458 to be a little slidey than I would like, so what about the 488? Well, it's definitely nicer to drive than the 458. The handling seems more biased towards understeer than the 458, which I personally prefer. Turning grip is decent, slightly better than most rear drive supercars, and provided you're careful, the 488 is relatively easy to drive fast. However, one slight issue with the 488 is sudden weight transfer, which can lead to the rear end lurching out. This was an issue I was having. On the upside though, the brakes are great, getting the car stopped reasonably well, and overall this is a nice car to drive, and with its heaps of power, keeping up with the 488 in a straight line can be challenging. But the question is, can the 488 GTB keep it all together for a lap of our track? Okay, we are on track with the Ferrari 488 GTB. It gets a good launch due to its insane amount of power. That is bridging on hypercar levels of power with 660 horsepower braking into the first corner. Very, very nice. Those good brakes obviously getting dividends there. Through the first corner, relatively smooth, no real issues to report on. Coming up towards the second corner now. Will it understeer? That's one of the key issues with the 488. Nope, knocks down some cones. It's not understeering that much. Maybe I just preempted the understeer a bit too much there. Coming onto the straight, and of course this thing is going to be very, very quick in a straight line. Coming up towards Hammerhead now. How will the 488 cope with this? That's a decent amount of speed for there. In fact, this was doing around the same amount of speed as a Lamborghini Veneno does around there, which is very, very impressive. Coming up towards the follow through now, and the car was doing about 100 miles per hour through here, so not the quickest, but it certainly isn't bad by any stretch of the imagination. Bit of a dab of brakes through the tyres there just so it didn't go onto the grass. I actually rolled this car on one of my practice sessions, which is a bit embarrassing. Coming through the second to last corner, a little bit of understeer there, but nothing we can't handle. And coming through the last corner now, relatively smooth and across the line. The Ferrari 488 GTB goes into 20th with a time of 1:13.835, which beats out the McLaren 650S and the Lamborghini Huracan, its main rivals. However, it is a little bit slower than an Enzo Ferrari and a Ford GT 2017, but that is still a pretty damn quick time. However, we come on to the interesting thing here. Now, these are the previous times set by the 458s, and the Ferrari 458 Speciale is actually almost a second quicker than the 488 GTB. However, the 458 Italia is 3 seconds slower than the 488 GTB, so there is a bit of an improvement there. Overall, I personally really do like the 488 GTB. I think it's a huge improvement over the Ferrari 458. Would I buy one over a McLaren 650S or a Lamborghini Huracan? Probably not. I think those cars are a little bit better, but still, it isn't a bad car for what it is. Yes, the Speciale is quicker, however the Speciale is tougher to drive, and it does cost 50,000 more credits, so I think the 488 would be the car to go with in that situation. Anyways, friends, I want to thank you all very much for watching. My name has been The Real Emile, and until next time, farewell.